one of the most simple concepts that's sure to help you get results. This is Brian Cain with the Mental Performance Daily Podcast. And today, Monday, is another step in our Book Battalion where I'm breaking down one of my favorite books that is summarized by my friend Brian Johnson in his Heroic app. You can get the app in the link below, and you can also check out what book of the week I'm going through for the rest of 2023. Today, we're talking about Admiral William McRaven, who you've heard about a lot lately, and his book, Make Your Bed. Now, this book was gifted to me by my high school football center. I was a quarterback. My center, Ross Ackley, sent me this book for my birthday years ago. And thank you, Ack, for that. Today's podcast is especially dedicated to you. And the book is basically a short summary of Admiral McRaven's speech to the 2014 graduating class at the University of Texas. Now, we've talked a lot about Admiral McRaven recently, and we're going to go through and finish off his 10 lessons that will change the world if you start by changing yourself. And my favorite lesson, and lesson number one, is to simply make your bed. Now, as a former high school teacher, I used to give extra credit to my students in our health class when they would bring in photographs of them having made their bed, when their parents would sign off on the fact that they would make their bed. And the ironic thing is, that was back in 2004. And I recently got a message from one of my students about almost 20 years later now in 2023, wishing me a happy new year, telling me how much they enjoyed going through our MVP process in the first half of January here. I got a Facebook message from a former student. And also in the message, the student said, "Coach Cain, I'm still making my bed after all these years." So my question for you is, are you starting your day with a win? Are you starting your day with discipline? Are you starting your day with acting different than how you feel by simply making your bed? And if you're not, I'm going to invite you to start doing that. Because if you can't make your bed first thing in the morning, when are you going to flip the switch on into doing what needs to get done, whether you feel like it or not? When are you going to flip the switch on to pay attention to detail? And most importantly, act different than how you feel. Look, I don't feel like making my bed every morning, especially in hotels the day that I'm checking out, but I do it anyway. Why? Because it's part of my principle. And I'm really making an effort to live out a principle, not preference, and I would invite you to do the same. I feel like it's one of the biggest decisions that we can make. And for members of my community that do make their bed, they've shared this with me, and I would echo this piece of experience, is that the days I don't make my bed, typically something is off. I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm not taking care of my nutrition. Maybe I'm burning it too hard. Maybe I made the decision and went out and had a banger one night, and next thing you know, I'm off for a couple days and I'm not able to make my bed. So I feel like the process of making your bed, whatever that may be for you, maybe it's keeping your office organized, maybe it's doing a morning routine, you're quote unquote making your bed. If you can do that consistently, you feel like you're working to become the best version of you. But when you get thrown off, as we all will, what's your trigger that shows you you're getting thrown off? For me, if I don't have the time, the discipline, the toughness to make my bed every morning, I know something's going to be off, and the rest of my day is probably going to be, excuse my language, a shit show as well. So let's make sure that you're dialed in every day to do the things you need to do regardless of how you feel, and that starts with making your bed.
Thanks for checking out Mental Performance Daily with Brian Cain, an Ironclad original. If you like the show, be sure to leave us a rating, review, and comment. We'll see you tomorrow.